Hi guys, and welcome to another video with me, Shira Star Hobby. I know that all of you who have been patiently waiting for me to finish this quarter scale diorama series have been waiting for about a month or longer, and I'm sorry that it's taken me this long to finally finish that, but life happens. Other things took priority, and so I am now finally able to show you guys the finished product. The lady who commissioned me for this diorama has some beautiful high fashion dolls. She has I think she's got two Pashas, and she's got a Popovi, and so she wanted a diorama that would resemble an old abandoned mansion for her girls to inherit from their grandmother, basically, is the storyline that she kind of went with. And she sent me several different photos to work off of, and this is what I have come up with. I struggled a lot with this diorama because it was out of my comfort zone as far as trying to make it look old and kind of, dilapidated, worn out. So I did a lot of research as far as how to get things to look, faded and maybe even like some cracking or, some broken parts. I didn't want to do like a whole lot of that, but I am pretty pleased with how this turned out. There's a lot going on here, but I feel like it's an overall pretty good finished product. And this was also new for me because it's a room that the floor is removable and the room can close like a book. Now, originally my intention was for the floor to be upright in between the two pieces of the book, but when I added the mantelpiece on the fireplace, that became a no-go. So, if anything, she can just lean the floor up against the back or the front of the room when she decides to put it away, because that was part of the reason that she wanted it to be collapsible, is that so that she can set it up when she wants to take pictures, and then she can put it away so it doesn't take up tons of space. So I also did, if you've seen my previous videos, you know that there is another floor on the bottom. Let me see if I can, for all the new people who haven't seen the series, I'm going to attempt to remove the floor so that I can show you what the other side looks like. Oh boy, this is a little bit tough to do one-handed, and I don't know if I can do it on camera. Hold on one second. So for this floor, I used that wallpaper that looks like wood. And I also used the same up here so that they kind of match when she decides to use this floor. The fireplace I struggled with because I wanted it to look more aged than it does. And at first I had painted it gray. I didn't love the way that looked. It was too close to this color that I used on the wall. So I went with white, and then I just painted this whole inside black. I'm hoping that in photos it'll come across the way I'm imagining it will, but she'll have to play around with that. I also liked the Regency era homes where they had, you know, these long white parts on the walls, and that turned out really good. I'm really pleased with how that looks. The curtains turned out pretty good. They are permanent up here, you know, so they can, and I left the bows loose so that if she wanted to just completely open the curtains and cover the entire window, she has that option. The photos, I printed off of a Google image that I found, like a collage that had several photos in them, and I just cut them all out, and I framed them all. These are actually wooden frames that I aged. I made them look like brand new, and then I dirtied them up to look old. These frames are paper, which was a little bit more difficult because there wasn't like a 3D feel to them, so it was hard for me to make them look aged, but I think overall it came across the way I was hoping it would. The pictures are pretty decent too. They're pretty clear. I don't know, you know, the basis behind any of these. I don't know if these are based on real people. I mean, I'm sure they are, but I just thought it was cute that I did all the kids on one wall, this wall here, and then, well, most of the kids, I should say, and then had some of the adults here. I was also playing with the idea of printing out, instead of doing family portraits like these, I was thinking of doing model portraits like Vogue, like old school Vogue pictures, because the girls were supposed to be, you know, fashion models, elite, you know, top of the line models who have this, you know, long history of being wealthy, and then their grandmother left them this mansion. And so I was kind of going with, maybe I should do like a magazine type of feel, picture-wise, but I really couldn't find anything that I was happy with. So I just went with what looks like family portraits, handed down, you know, from generation to generation, and I think it overall looks pretty good. The mantle is very sturdy, so she can add books, she can add, you know, plants, whatever she wants to put on there, basically, she can. And I'm pretty pleased with this look overall. I wish I would have, tried to find like two pieces of the same paper so that this was one solid, you know, print. I mean, it's the same print, but you can see the difference in colors. If I had it my way, I wish I would have had two of these, because I like how aged and yellow this paper is as opposed to this one. But I only had one of each, and she had picked these, and so I just kind of went with it. So that's the inside. The outside also took quite some time, which I will be turning this around if I can get this out without any issues. Woohoo! And I will, see how it closes, like so, like a book. It doesn't stay perfectly closed, but it works. And so one side, she really loved the wall that I made for Allison of Muñecas Pupes dolls, where I had, you know, made it look like the walls were breaking and there was like rubble and the moss had started growing up through the rocks of the foundation and things like that. And so this wall took me quite some time, which is also why this video is so late in coming. But I love this look. I've been doing this particular look with the cardboard stones and the moss since I started making dioramas back in 2014. Like, this has just kind of been how I've always done it. From time to time, I do like to do the wooden or the hot glue stones, but of course that takes longer and it takes up more product. So there's the whole bridge of the book, the whole spine here is also the same. And then the outside, I added some moss on the outside as well, and then there's the shingles, and then you can see through the window, straight through. And I am really proud of how I did these particular stones, because I did do those with a hot glue gun, and then of course painting them gives them that aged look, which I love how that looks. So I am super pumped to see her dolls, her photographs with this diorama. It'll be quite some time because you know, I still have to pack this up and I still have to ship it to her and all that good stuff. But I'm hoping that you guys all enjoyed this process. It was definitely like I said, a challenge. And I hope that you guys will like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do have a full-time job now with my husband's company, which will hopefully allow me to have more doll stuff. But also that limits me on time as far as making videos. But if I can do 1 or 2 a week, I think I'm still doing pretty good. And of course, I have a lot more content that I want to share with you guys. I just haven't gotten there yet. I'm still waiting for things in the mail, like a lot of stuff. So I hope that you guys will stay tuned, and that, like I said, if you haven't liked and subscribed and followed me on Instagram, you should. I've got lots more doll photos and doll content to come, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.